Welcome once again to Sleepy Street. And I'm your host, Demi J. And this is your go to RCD Hot Society, Culture, and Lifestyle podcast. Do you want the trendiest topics brought to you from the streets of Twitter? Are you on Twitter? Are you not a Twitter fan? I'm sure you do Instagram. If you don't do Instagram, do you want the trendiest topics? Do you want to listen and have the answers to your own answered questions? Do you have stories to share? Do you want or can you even imagine the possibility of someone having a story that matches yours? Why not find out? And welcome once again to Sleepy Street.
Purchase your track today.
So welcome back people to another exciting day, time and episode of Sleepy Street. How have you guys been? How's this month of June been so far? 'Cause for me, I feel June came with this happy and better than other months vibe. Because so far, 2020 hasn't sprung any surprises on us, and I'm really glad about that. Hope your week has been splendid, because mine has been just there. And if it wasn't for you, don't worry, we'll all be fine. Better days are ahead. But I think I can say that for the streets of Twitter, it has been, every day, every week, there's always something to talk about. From, the birth of Simi and Adekunle's child to, the whole Tife and Sansa drama thing, like where it eventually went to, where it eventually ended up to, timeline asleep. That was, I think, pornography night. Like, there's just so many events happening on the timeline all at once, like so many trends and so many things that they've been there to keep me company, and it's been quite alright. I don't know if I've told you guys about the whole Tife and Sansa drama, but it's just like, in summary, let me just summarize it for you, because that story is kind of very long and I don't really want to talk about it. It's a very complicated issue. They broke up, a nasty breakup actually. After breaking up, they both like dragged each other on the streets of Twitter. They were just, he was living like nasty ass rude, um nasty subs at Hasha. She eventually came out to say a blog carried their whole breakup and gave her cheating allegations and what have you. Came out about how it has been affecting her mental health, and what this happened like quite some weeks ago. It's been long, kind of long actually. And she accused him of being a rapist, abusive, manipulative. He blackmailed her, threatened her, so she couldn't leave the relationship. But now she has finally decided to come out about the type of person he is. So he didn't reply for some time. Then eventually came out to say he's going to like tackle the allegations leveled against him with legal actions. The girl too replied that she's waiting for his legal action. After some time, he came back to apologize for everything. He wasn't specific though, but people were waiting for him to say more on the matter. Then he went into hiding. She was like, it's cool and all. After quite some time that all of us have forgotten about their matter, they came back with season two, where he dropped receipts of the whole thing and how she came traveled all the way from Ife to Warri to see him. They lodged in a hotel. They had sex, consensual, according to him, and she said she would do consent. Then he started talking of how she wore the condom for him in the chat. She was talking about him stroking, and I think you can see why I said it's actually very messy. They just like brought all their dirty lining into the public for us, and Twitter people, they are like the biggest set of hypocrites. They don't really care. As far as you're bringing your matter, all they want is just, they want things to make the timeline fun for them. To them, you're just another story. So you feeding the timeline with stuff like this is actually I don't know. I don't know what where they were actually driving at, because I don't think she brought him out to get arrested, and I don't think he brought her out for, I don't know. I don't even understand why they did that. But to me, it was actually very unnecessary. And you see, when she came out to accuse him of all of this stuff, if you see Tim Sansa and everybody was behind her at her back, calling him a rapist, dragging him everywhere. He came out to say his own side of the story too. If see as everybody just changed him out, and I'm like, to the extent the girl had to start deleting her tweets and whatnot. I even made an episode about it, and then I made a previous episode where I spoke about it, but I had to delete it because it's just like, if you say something, they come around with like season two, you say something else again. Then so their matter is actually the kind of thing you just want to like stay away from, because there are just like so many versions to it and whatnot. So you see Twitter people too, they're just like from one side to the other side to the other side, like majority carries the votes, that kind of thing. They're like the biggest hypocrites, and it's they are. I don't want to say, nah. Let me just keep that one to myself. So, in the last few weeks, it now finally came to light that it kind of, it went down. Like he actually raped her, or was aware of the fact that she would do content, that the things she was saying were true, because a VN got leaked. Since the influencers were finding trouble now, someone made a thread about all these people accused of rape that said they'll take legal action and didn't eventually take legal action. So the thread was made and Tife's name was there. He said he would take legal action now. Until today, we've not seen any legal action. The matter just died down. And it outraged the people that their names were called. And the Tifa guy said did not talk. It was his friend Danny Water that was, his mouth was everywhere, just trying to backlash at the guy and whatnot. And you don't know that that one self is not normal. I think it was Ewa with me or the guy that made the trade that eventually leaked the VN of these influencers talking. Asiwaju Larry, Danny Walter, and Dekunle, where they knew about this whole matter. They knew Tife did what Sansa said he did, and were like, "Oh, he fucked up by apologizing." They were the ones that told him to take the legal actions. You know, they knew about this stuff, but they didn't know when he went back later to apologize, and they were like, "Why did he do that?" He doesn't know about. I think it was Dekunle. Yes, it was Dekunle's voice, that he doesn't know about him, but if he were the one, that it's something you would deny till the end. If they even take him to court, that he will keep denying it. That you don't just admit to something like that. That it's too big to admit to. What? And I was like, damn. So you guys knew about this. You guys made this girl look like a fool. You guys went behind. You went behind the scenes. You crafted your story. Did every. Your mouth was just everywhere, and they knew about it. One of them even said that he would have supported him, but he don't want to lose jobs, so he don't want to choke mouth in the matter. I beg reading that kind of thing. What sort of friend is that? What sort of friendship is that? To me, it's just, I don't know. My mouth literally dropped at that part, because you say you're my friend, and in as much as rape is not something you should condone. If your friend is a rapist, you don't support him in any way. But you now saying it's because of jobs, like you didn't support him because what he did was wrong. You Why you didn't support him was because you didn't want to lose your jobs. Just be very I fear friends like that actually. So if I'm being dragged on the streets of Twitter or wherever, if I've done something wrong, my friends will caution me. But if I'm being dragged, or they won't just leave me for the dogs to eat me up or something, that's not what friends are for. Good times and bad times. They caution me, they reprimand me, talk sense into my head, but never leave my side. That is what friendship is all about. So that guy saying that thing that was very, very fucked up. Like, very, very fucked up. And they didn't even deny the VN. The Dekunle guy later came out with his own apology notes to say how sorry he is and how he'll be advocating against rape and what have you. I didn't even bother to read it because you've already fucked up, you fucked up. Like they lost a lot of respect on the streets that day because I was like, wow. At the end of the day, like you have so many people looking up to you because you guys are influencers, and little did they know that last nothing did they hear, just vibes. Yeah, so it's when I them Sabi they fucked up like big time. But I'm actually quite happy that that BN came out because people got to see light of the whole matter, and the whole Tifa and Sansa drama hopefully is behind all of us. I hope all of them heal. They'll be fine, Sha. And on the rape cases, yeah, on the rape cases, we've started seeing like good news, or should I say good result. A rapist was just recently sentenced to death, and I can say I am happy about that. That's a step in the right direction. At least people's brains will start clicking now that they are not getting away with stuffs like this anymore. And the whole sensitization about rape and violence against women has really, should I say, it has gotten the attention of the government and the House of Reps. In Ocean State, it's now 14 years imprisonment for attempted rape and life imprisonment for rapists. While in the House of Reps, they've already started to, work towards it, and the investigation into the death of Uwa, Tina, and other girls that have been raped has begun, and the sensitization is out there. The government has started to take appropriate steps towards ending this whole thing. But what I'm not actually happy about, even though it's actually quite funny, was they actually rejected the proposal to make castration the punishment for rapists. And I would have been in total support of that. I don't know why they didn't make it a bill for us to vote on or something. Because trust me, it's going into law. Ha. It's something that they should be punished for this thing where you see someone and like, oh, you don't have a penis, that's nice, you're a rapist, right? You don't, you're supposed to give them punishments that if you see them, you know what this person did. You don't have a penis, you're a rapist. You don't have hands, you stole. That one still in sha. We're talking about rape here, so I don't know. Men just love that stuff so much, so I'm pretty sure it's probably the male reps that have voted against it. So castration is out of the whole topic now, because that was refused. But we're getting there, Sha. I'm just really happy that justice is being served. Like it's a really good news and a nice thing on our part. So today, guys, I'm going to be talking about self-doubt and self-esteem, because I think it's something that most people can relate to. Let me just say everybody can relate to. No matter how confident you are, there's definitely been this point in your life where you felt, even if it's the tiniest, weeniest hint of doubt about yourself, your ability to do something that you're very sure that if you do it you excel at. So we've all been there, and I just want to talk about it. But before then, I'll answer like a few questions and give my music recommendation. So, guys, for my music and movie recommendation, if it's for new movies, I watched two movies recently. I've watched one before, but I just watched Charlie Angels, and Charlie Angels is like really nice. I don't know why people were like, people really criticized the movie and all, but I expected comedy. We all know Charlie Angels is comedy with a bit of action. So you expect like really dumb action scenes that don't normally make sense, or they are not like John Wick level kind of action scenes. But it's okay. I don't know why people really criticize the movie. It's actually nice. And the movie that I've watched before and I watched again, and that movie makes me so mad because the storyline is just now wow. I swear, it's June, a Nigerian movie. So basically, the script of the movie is, uh, the summary: a wedding planner. She was in a relationship, happy and all. Then she finds out her friend slash secretary is shagging her boyfriend. That one stole her boyfriend from her and whatnot. She moved on with her life, continued her business, heartbroken and all. Then she gets to plan a wedding for a rude spoiled rich girl that was getting married very soon to another rich guy, arranged married now. The boy was literally forced into the marriage. It was not a love thing. She met the guy, kissed the guy, went on dates with this guy while planning his wedding with the other girl. The girl went, and I was like, ah, I hate cheating in this my life. Oh. I swear, I really hate it. And they were doing this stuff under the girl's roof. Like the girl would be in the house, she'd go upstairs, these people would kiss and you know be talking all sort of manner of I don't even know. And the girl went, I felt so mad that they were cheating this girl. She's rude, she's poor, she's everything, yes. But at least have the mind to tell her that you're not interested anymore. Not the one that you just and they continued with this stuff till the wedding day. This boy did not tell the girl that he's not interested. He did not confront his mom and tell his mom that he can't go on with the wedding. Both of them just continued dating themselves till the wedding day. Then he went on the altar. He dressed up with the mind that he's going to dump that girl on the altar. Like who does that? Why would you leave someone on the altar? That really got to me. Like I hate I movies that do that stuff. I really don't like it. I don't feel is something that anyone should have to go through, no matter how terrible they are, unless they've probably killed one of your family members before or something. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why they made it look like one happy ending movie like that. Because that girl was so traumatized. The way she was crying and everything. And they just made it look like one happy ending. True love meets true love. The girl that you left at the altar, the girl that is crying in court. And I was so angry, and no one really got why I was angry. Like it didn't just make sense to me. You could tell this girl, you had like so many chances to tell this girl that, see, I don't like you, this marriage cannot work. It's an arranged marriage, she knows. You can break up with me, guy, break my heart, but don't spoil that day for me. That day is literally every girl's dream. Even the ones that are not interested in marriage, at least you want to have a wedding day. You want to dress up all cute, carry your bouquet of flowers, walk down the aisle. Say I do, put the ring on your finger. That day is supposed to be special, memorable, happy, and you destroy it for me. Leave me with the phobia of ever getting married again or meeting someone else that might probably dump me at the altar the same way you did. That movie vexed me. Ah, but I'm angry. I can talk about this thing forever. And I've argued this thing with so many people. Because most of my friends just see that it's normal now, it's just a movie. It's not just a movie. They made it look right. And it's very, very wrong. So I don't know. That movie just used to vex me. If you've watched it, you can send me your own reviews on it and let's discuss and iron this thing out. And if you not watch it, please watch it so you can get where I'm coming from and understand my pain and my my agony that is coming from within within my heart. I swear. You could send me your reviews on my email at timij329@gmail.com. That's TMIJEI329@gmail.com. I don't want to hear from you guys now. Let's talk. Let's iron this thing out. Because that movie vexed my life. It vexed my soul. Vexed me like mad. So to music, let's see. What has been trending is Omali's Bad Influence, which is actually a nice song, but I don't know if it's what's all that hype to me. Like people have had it on repeat and everything, and I was like, okay, let me go check out this EP. And the EP is really bomb, like it's really nice. My favorite songs on the album Late EP by Omale is Them and You. I really love those songs. But that whole bad influence, I don't know, I just feel like it's themes that are singing there. Like it sounds so much like themes, like it was sampled or something. I don't know, but everything about that song just gives me themes vibes. So I don't know. But for me, my best songs on that EP are Them and You. But the song I'll be recommending for you guys this week, you guys, if you vibe to Ladipo, I just want to tell you that you're my G, and I love you. I love you so much. But if you don't vibe to Ladipo, please, you are missing out. Go and vibe. Go and vibe. Add some spice to your music life, and you should know Ladipo now. if you don't know Ladipo or Oti fuck up, you have messed up. You have just messed up because it's not like I've been vibing to him for a long time. Oh. I just recently started to vibe to him and I've listened to his songs before. I just didn't know he was the one. And this guy is good. Like he's so good. His rap is so His rapper and Nigerian rapper. His lyrics are so constructed. It's just I don't know. I don't have the words to describe it, but they have meaning and just like speak to me and inspire me. And I don't know. I just really, really love him and his way of rap, kind of like special and just speaks to you.
Feel
So
like
I'm going to
sad,
play
but
you
then
guys
feel
"Sleeping Away"
joy
featuring
at why I'm feeling
Danny.
sad. Like it's just
I
I've
don't
been
know.
feeling
"Sleeping
low
Away"
and
Sha
uninspired, and
by
I think it's
Latipo.
because I had
You
so
guys
much
will love
going
it.
on up in my head that I wasn't talking to anyone, and I
So
felt like
here we go.
I wanna see what you're made up of. I wanna see what you're makeup of. I wanna see the you that IG stories hasn't seen. That's a statement, love. So much more to you. Knew it from the moment we met. Picture worth 1,000 words, but so many on set. Before the slim, thick, and gym hips, just a girl with some fuck. I wanna see what you're made up of.
I'm sure you
I wanna
guys
see
love
what
it.
you're makeup of.
Now on to the
I
next.
wanna see.
I just want to answer like a few questions where that people have asked me like so far, apart from the ones that please let me just like get something straight now. When I say you guys should like send me your questions and your reviews and suggestions, and please don't ask me personal questions. Now I beg, don't ask me personal questions. Who are you? Why? When last did you? Who does that? Please don't ask me personal questions. I will not answer unless when necessary. Please, please, and please don't ask me personal questions. So you asked me, I just had to like filter the questions, and I just want to answer some questions about podcasting. Like now, someone asked me why I decided to go into podcasting. And if you had asked me that question like some months ago, I'd have probably told you because I loved talking. And now that I've gotten into the whole process of it and everything, I've actually discovered it's more than that. And along the line, I'll probably discover more. But right now, all I can tell you is I love podcasting. Yes, I love it because it gives me a voice. It gives me a platform. I'm not just a keypad warrior anymore. Like I have a platform for my voice to be heard. I could give my takes on opinions on things on topics that have been bothering me for so long, and no one really got to know how I feel or how I felt about it. So it gives me a platform to speak up for people, to speak up for myself, to be heard. Table the matters that has been on my mind. Probably no one gets me. This is my this is where I can vent it all out. This is where I can let everything that's been eating me up inside out. It's not every time you just want to talk to people. It's not every time you just want to have a head-to-head conversation with people. Sometimes you just want to talk without being judged. So I don't know. Even though I've not really gone far and too deep in this process, podcast has been like my what's the word now? Like should I say salvation? I don't know the words to use, but I'm really glad that I got into this because it has changed me and helped me like positively, and I'm happy I did get into this. So for now, Sha, that's all I can say about it. And you should to try it out sometime if you think this is something you'd love. I suggest going into it now that the area is still kind of like not so dense. Because trust me, you'd love it. You will. So The next question was why podcasts and not radio? Why not podcast? And will podcast outshine radio? Definitely, probably very soon, but definitely. The way TV and co came to replace newspapers, even though newspapers aren't like extinct, but they're out of fashion now. Because radio is something that it's made for everyone. It's not specifically for you. It's not what you want. We spend like minutes or hours searching through radio stations looking for content that appeals to us. Meanwhile, for podcasts, it's user friendly. It's something that if I want to listen to podcast about football, all I need to do is go to the football niche, the football category, and look for a podcast that appeals to me. Or if I want to hear about music, or if I want to hear about true crime and what have you. So that would be really nice. And I've even been thinking of starting a true crime podcast. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. It's just that it sounds really scary. The whole investigation and whatnot in Nigeria. Your safety is not really guaranteed like other countries. But if I want to do a crime podcast, it will definitely be co-hosted. I'll need a co-host, so anybody that is willing to jump on that with me, that would be really nice. Let's sort out these crimes. We're not solving anything. We're just bringing the happenings out there to the hearing of the people, the ones that get swept under the rug and all. So podcasts really, they're like a podcast is now something that anybody can do. You don't need a BSc in mass comm, or you don't need to be an OAP before you can be an you could be heard. You don't need to have all of these criteria to be met before you can own a podcast, unlike being a radio host that comes with all of this. you know so the podcast is really nice, and it creates and generates passive income. At the same time, you're your own boss and you're an OAP without having to go through the whole stress of it. So a podcast is really nice. So anytime, any day, I choose podcast over radio. And also podcast will definitely very soon probably outshine radio. Trust me on that. And for podcast recommendations, my number one recommendation and the best, I'll tell you, is Slippery Street. Trust me. You say if you know now, how far? So tell your people about Slippery Street. Well, I vibe to I Said What I Said by FK and Jules, and also Voice of Change by Dr. Adino. She's a lady. No, those ones are like really, really nice. And Loose Talk is really popular. You should know Loose Talk. It's by Paul's NG, and it's like co-hosted and all. It's really nice. That's like your like entertainment hub podcast. Yeah, so these are top three. Remember, the top and the best is Slippery Street and will always remain Slippery Street. Tell your friends about it though. Tell your friends about it. So that said, please don't forget, if you're sending your questions and your reviews to me on my email at nj329@gmail.com, don't forget to please not ask personal and sensitive questions. Don't forget, please. See now, I'm begging, no, I beg. So today's main stuff: self-doubt and esteem, self-esteem, very important and not talked about enough, because no one really wants to come out and say, okay, this is how I've been feeling, or something like that. But this is something that happens with each and every one of us, especially when we're about to dive into something big, something huge, something that we're very sure that this stuff will take me places. And eventually, if you don't dive into it, guy, you could just end up being left with tons of regrets, tons of, had I known, I wish. And I wanted to start this thing, you get that kind of vibes, and I really don't like it. I hate it. I was someone that for a very long time I'd want to do something, but I feel me not doing it is better, because I don't even want to imagine not eventually excelling at that stuff, or I don't even want to imagine the possibility of failure. So I'd rather just like stay away and watch other people do it. So It's just like me and my friend now, we decided to go into podcasting, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not sure about it anymore, guy. And she goes ahead to do it, and I'm just watching from behind the scenes if the podcast will eventually bloom. And I watch her hustle. And when it eventually blows, I'll be telling people that it's really hard. I wanted to do it too, but I don't know. I would have done it too. Living with that regret all my life is something that I don't want to do. And so far, within the last year, I've been working on it, and it has really helped me a lot. I still go through a lot of self doubt though. I'm just really lucky that all of the things I wanted to do, they didn't really have deadlines like that I wasn't able to meet up to. Like I decided to run for something in school then, and I was like, God, I really wanted to do this thing. Like I wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to give myself a platform to be heard, but I was like, God, am I really sure I want to do this? Am I qualified? Like, look at the people that are going up for this. I was the smallest, I was the youngest, I was just on my own. So when all of us are together, I'm just separated, or I'll be calling my friends to come and keep me company. And when they're not there, it just feels like I can't do this and all of it. But at the end of the day, I got pushed, I got my morale, because it was something that once I signed up for it, it's not I cannot just back out. And I had already invested money in it, so that alone helped me. That was like extra push, the fact that it's not something I can just drop out of. Yeah, so eventually I did it, and I'm actually very, very glad I did. 'Cause I even had to speak like in public, like climb the pulpit and speak, and I was shaky. I had stage fright. I held the mic, I stopped, I stood, I stared at the audience for some time, had to take a deep breath, then start again. And I got my confidence back when they were like asking me questions about stuff I was confident and prepared to answer. So I was just giving them hot. So when I did that, I now discovered that I think that was the point where I discovered that those things you're scared of, those things you don't actually want to do it. Like, as terrified as you are, do it. I had sleepless nights when they told me that I'll have to speak in front of people. I know people just stare. Like, they give you this stare like they're waiting for you to fuck up. They're just like, okay, you have the mic now, we're waiting. Say something. See, I had sleepless nights. My friends were just like, I should calm down. I should breathe. Even when I was on the pulpit, she was just telling me I should calm down. I should. And I was just laughing. Now that I think about it, I was just like, everyone knew that she would probably have a panic attack or something. Because even at home, I couldn't sleep. So if I hadn't done that, if self doubt had held me back, I'd have still been where I am, where I was like before, just there, nothing different. I would not have been heard. I would not know people that I know today. I will not be the person I am today. I will not have the influence and personality that I have today. So getting on the platform got me to be recommended. I just, I got exposed to things that normal and average person then won't have, and I'm really grateful for that. So even at that, the people I met, one of them was even the reason I started this podcast, because it just came to me like an idea. And even starting this podcast, God, dealt with self doubt so much. I'm listening to podcasts, and these people are so good. Even people that just started like a few months back, I'll check their first episode to their recent episode, and I'm like, okay, this person started a few months ago, and they are going, and I'm just so scared to start. What if I start? What if people don't like me? How will I get my listeners? How am I sure people like what I'm? You get like so many doubts, and these stuff they just hold you back. I tell you. Like, I had my podcast episodes for months, but was too scared to like publish. I was so worried about what if, all these what ifs, but this person is better than me now. I saw podcasts that are good. They just started, but they're like prodigies already. And here I am. Who knows me? Who do I know? Who I be? You get that kind of stuff. So I was just really worried, and disturbed. I was like, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel. YouTube is dense. It's somewhere that I can just like put my video in there and nobody will know that this is the newcomer or the JJC or something. But even that one self, I was still scared. Like I was still doubting myself. Like, is this something I can do? Is this something that I can start? So self doubt is something we've all experienced, even with the little things. They're looking for someone to take up this position, down to even being a course rep or a class captain or the head of um operations in your office or something, or heading, or they ask you to lead or being a leader. You have self-doubt. Can I do this? What if I fail? What if you don't? What then? You're dropping out because you think you're going to fail. But what if you don't? Why not just try? Give it a shot, give it a try. Give yourself like the boost you need. Are you not just tired of being in one place like all your life for so long? Don't you just want to switch up, like a change of story or something? Aren't you tired of being this normal average person that has just been in one place for so long? An introvert that just wants to go out, explore life, enjoy life, but you just have this thing holding you back. But deep down, you know that I just want to switch up. I don't know. I just want a change. I just want something different. And if you want to, I promise you, 2020 is the year. I am definitely a different person from the way this year started out for me, and I'm glad. Actually, this year wanted to fuck me up, but I still believe in God, guy. And as much as I haven't gotten to where I want to get to yet, but I'm getting there. I am definitely sure of that, and it's a gradual process. I'm probably the most optimistic person you're going to meet, even though I could be a big ass pessimist at times, but I'm just very sure that, guy, we're all going places. I'm going places. It's just a very long process. I'm getting tired of it. I can't wait to get there. But we'll all be fine in the end. So self-esteem is something that I just want you to know you're not alone. We all deal with these things. We've all experienced it in one way or the other. You're not alone. We're all in this together. We've once upon a time experienced it. Even the most confident person, even if it's just 2 seconds, you feel it. You just have this. But can I? What if? But no matter how confident you are, you've definitely experienced these things before. And before you climb to greater heights, before you achieve something great, these things come up. So why not just like welcome it? Welcome the feeling of you're afraid, but it won't stop you. Fear is normal. Fear is just like your body's, how do I explain it now? Should I say it's your alarm system? It's telling you that, okay, something is coming. Are you ready for it? Are you prepared for it? So your response to that, also, it totally depends on you. Don't let it get the better of you. Embrace these things. No, it's normal. Don't see it as, oh my god, I'm scared, so I shouldn't do it. Guy, be brave, be courageous, be strong. Dive into these things. You fall, you bounce back, you feel, you try again. It's not every time that you can't keep running away all the time. If you keep running away all the time, nothing changes. You just find out that you're still in the same place and you're still the same person. Nothing has improved, nothing has changed. But deep down within you want something to change. So, you know, you're not alone. We all feel that way, and we are all working towards it. No matter how, even the celebrity that climbs the stage all the time still has this little jitters before they get on there. So in the end, we'll all be fine, guys. We all feel it, we all experience it, but we all don't let it get the best of us. That's why you see people doing better than others, people excelling in stuff better than others. You see people that say, and I thought of this thing, or I had this idea, but you didn't do anything about it. You let your what ifs, your but and can I, you let them get in the way of your success. Meanwhile, another person didn't and is excelling at what you should be excelling in right now. So why not just go for what it is you want to do? Like put your all into it, put your passion, try. Like them the fears, last class, but what's the worst that could happen? You're not dead at least. So anyway, just try. Try to, see the positive side of it. Do something for yourself. It will work out in the end, I promise. I keep saying this because it all ends up well. If it doesn't, or if it hasn't ended up well for you, then it's definitely not the end. Trust me, happy endings are real. As much as life can get pretty fucked up, but if it's not happy, then it's not the end yet. You still have a lot more ahead of you, so you'll be fine. So, guys, that's all I just want to see for now, because we spent quite some time here. So till next time, people. Till next time. And on next episode, I don't want to talk about being bipolar, because I've discovered that on Twitter I've seen posts and people that are bipolar or are struggling with it or think they possibly might be bipolar, but here in Nigeria it's not something that is talked about enough. It's not recognized. Bipolar people are, you get, it's not something people are educated about that much. Me myself, I don't really know much about it, so it's something I'd want to talk about. So I do my research and everything. If you're dealing with bipolar, um if you're bipolar, if you know someone that has been bipolar, if you have stories to share, if you have things you could share with us, enlighten us about it, you could send me a DM on Twitter at timij_0, or or my email, connect with me at timij329@gmail.com. That would be really nice. I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts. You know better if you've been there before, or you know someone that has been there before. Share your stories, your insights. If you have questions to ask, fine and good, send them to me. Let's talk, let's discuss. Don't forget, guys, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe, review, and rate on whatever listening platform it is you're using. Don't forget, that's very important. Nice reviews, good ass ratings, and please subscribe. You guys should subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed? Just subscribe. It doesn't take anything. Rate and review. I trust me. Your head won't fall off. You won't die. Your leg won't cut. Nothing will happen to your bank account. It won't remove one query from me. So just please subscribe, rate, and review. I love you guys. Don't forget. Stay safe. Be careful. The streets are slippery. Don't fall. Don't falter. And always remember to avoid drama. Always. That's very important. Remember to avoid drama. So, guys, connect with me via Twitter and on my email, and leave your comments, reviews, suggestions, and what have you. You could also send them to my email too. You're very, very welcome. And don't forget to ask personal, and don't forget, please don't ask me personal or very insensitive questions. Thank you. I will not reply. Don't leave rude ass comments for me. Thank you. I can't block you here, but I still won't reply. So, guys, till next time. This is Sleepy Street, and I'm your host, Timmy J. Bye bye, guys.